Okay, we're still capturing. Doing some updates to the PC. The PC still seems to have that same error. Well, not error. It's not rebooting. It's still coming up with a system error message or whatever, something like that. I don't know. This is why I hate PCs. What I'm doing right now is I'm just doing a test capture again, and for some reason Skype just opened up on the PC. That is actually very odd. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but my wife and son are down in the kitchen. I'm actually hoping you cannot hear them, but if you actually can, that's actually a pretty good test of what it'll be like for an actual recording. Excuse me, need a little bit of a drink. There goes the door. There goes the door open. Dog out. Waiting for the door to close. My son? My wife? Okay. Previously I said that I wasn't sure about the cabling. I'm still not 100% sure, but I do believe I figured out some of the cabling. There was an errant cable next to the Mac output. I remember that goes to the input on the PC, so I don't have to worry about that. There is a second cable plugged in. I do not know where it goes. I might have to backtrack that later on or tomorrow. System updates could not be installed. Update for Windows XP. Oh, you must restart your system. Okay. This is why I hate PCs. This is why I like my Mac. Again, this little teeny tiny external drive. I mean, I don't know if I could show it to you while it's capturing. I can show you like that much of it. Let me bring it closer without dropping the laptop. So this is the little 40 gig external enclosure. Actually, believe it or not, what's in there is my original hard drive from my original PlayStation. Always recycle. And this was a little $13 enclosure from Newegg. Works great. There is no power supply. The only cable is this. It's a single USB 2.0 cable. Gives it power and data. So this is wonderful. I recorded the videos on this earlier. A 4-minute video clocked in at 1 gigabyte. I don't know if you can hear my son crying in the background. Temper tantrum at 3. See, right there's a perfect sense of audio because there was a door and both of them talking down in the kitchen. But here's the thing. Excuse me, I haven't drank soda in a while. 1 gigabyte for 4 minutes. You do the math, 60 minutes is equal to 13 gigabytes. So, what does that mean? That means that this little 4 gigabyte drive is awesome because I could record a little over 2 hours of raw video footage to that drive, then take it wherever I need to, compress it, throw it into stuff. I can do all kind of fun stuff. That makes that makes the possibility of doing anything with this podcast more exciting because the ability to do video is fantastic. The only thing I will say about this video that I do not like, I don't like having the camera that high. I wish the camera was right here as I'm looking. The only way I can do that is if I literally move my monitor to the side. Oh, okay, sorry, getting back. Waiting on text about Jackson's birthday party next weekend. This is the only caveat to that. If I move the monitor, say here, right here behind where my mic is, that's great for the video podcast because that means I can put the camera right there. As I'm on the video podcast, I can look directly into it. But every time I want to do something on the computer, boom, mic face. I can move it here. Unfortunately, there is a wall right here. So unless I can cut out the wall, which I can't because there's stuff on the other side, because that's our storage area for the house, there is no way for me to turn that monitor that way. The only other option, and I've considered this, believe me, is to literally move my Mac, which is right here, my Mac Mini, literally take that in the mixer, throw it over to the other side of the desk, take this, catty corner it right over there, then I'm able to put the camera right basically next to the end of the monitor. What's the problem with that? If I was doing this for a living, if I was doing this 24/7, I would do it in a heartbeat. Actually, if I was doing this for a living, I'd have a MacBook Air, but we're not going to go there. I would do that in a heartbeat. Problem is, I don't do this for a living. I don't make money doing this. I wish I did on both counts. So for me to rearrange my entire desk for doing a video podcast, 4 or 5 times a week if I'm lucky, probably all of them aren't even going to be video. I can't see disrupting my entire office area just for that. I do have mini tripods. I have considered doing a mini tripod and setting it right over here where the Mac is, getting me this way. That is something I'm going to look at. There's not a lot of room over there. I really don't want to set it directly on top of the Mac Mini. It is a possibility. Unfortunately, if I sit on top of the Mac Mini, that means Batman has to move, and sometimes when Batman moves, people die. So, I think I've jibber-jabbered along enough. Let me check the PC. The PC is updated. So, we can log into there. Hopefully, if I can get this PC stable enough tonight. I've actually even considered wiping the hard drive tonight and doing a fresh install if I can't do that. That is an arduous process, as anybody knows. But, luckily, this little 40 gig drive that I love so much will make it easier because I can throw all my files. I pre-download all the drivers, throw it right into there. As soon as I install the motherboard drivers, I can go boom, 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 boom. I can do, see right there, it's coming back up again, you son of a bitch. Yep, here it is again. It just, don't send, don't send, don't send, don't send, and it keeps coming right up. Well, I smell a wipe tonight. I just hit it 4 times and it didn't come back. Maybe 4 is the key. This is why, again, I hate PCs. This is why I'm a Mac guy. I'm a convert. 3 years of running a PC business where I did nothing but remove viruses and malware was enough. Once I closed it down, literally the next month, I owned a Mac and I never went back. The only time I use a PC religiously is my laptop because that's the only laptop I have. Unfortunately. If anyone wants to send me a MacBook, feel free. Other than that, I'm PC 20% of the time. Mac, well, if you count my iPhone and my iPad, then I'm Mac 90% of the time. Probably closer to 95. And then I use the laptop when I need to. When I need a PC program. When I want to do like a blog post and I don't feel like whipping out my Apple Bluetooth wireless keyboard and set it up on a table, I could just throw the laptop on my lap on the couch, type it out that way. Although last night I made one and I just used the on-screen keyboard on the iPad. Yeah, I just although the Air hasn't come up again, not at all. Oh, look at that pretty blue light. Just keep flashing and while it's converting and taking all the video. And I'm actually curious here. So I have I've been recording now for a little over 8 minutes actually, and I have dropped 4 frames. That's it, 4 frames. That is fan-friggin-tastic. So I'm actually going to let go here. I have no clue what I'm going to do with this video. I might upload it to Vimeo once I compress it. Yeah, that might be a good idea. So on that, I bid you adieu.